The World Cup has been won 22 times. Now you're about to learn about the Golden Boot winners who fought to win this trophy. 1930, Guillermo Stabile, Argentina, 8 goals. This man became the top scorer of the very first World Cup in history. At the time, he wasn't very famous, but he scored a hat trick in his first match and was never forgotten again. He scored 8 goals in 4 matches for Argentina and proved himself to the entire world. 1934, Oldrich Nejedly, Czechoslovakia, 5 goals. This man carried his team all the way to the final. He scored some of his most memorable goals against Italy, the host nation of that tournament. He finished the tournament by winning an individual award. 1938, Leonidas, Brazil's star, 7 goals. He earned the nickname the Black Diamond. This man is considered the first player to truly master the bicycle kick. Despite performing brilliantly throughout the tournament, his coach left him out of the semifinal. After that decision, Brazil was eliminated. 1950, Ademir, Brazilian star, 9 goals. This man scored 9 goals in 6 matches and amazed everyone. He had one poor performance, and that was the match where his team was eliminated. He had practically carried the entire team on his own. 1904, Sandor Kocsis, Hungary, 11 goals and record-breaking performances. He became famous around the world for his mastery of heading and even earned the nickname Golden Head. Whenever the ball was at his feet, people watched in admiration. He managed to take Hungary to the final as the overwhelming favorite, but they could not win the trophy. 1958, Just Fontaine, France, 13 goals. This is still remembered as one of the greatest records ever. Fontaine played only 6 matches, yet he scored 13 goals in those 6 games. Because of the conditions of the time, he had to play in borrowed boots, but even those difficulties could not stop him from becoming a legend. 1962, a first in history. For the only time in World Cup history, 6 different players shared the Golden Boot at the same time. 6 players finished the tournament with 4 goals each. FIFA awarded 6 separate Golden Boot honors. 1966, Eusebio, Portugal's star, 9 goals. This man scored 9 goals in his very first World Cup. He was the team's only true superstar and was often described as a one-man force. Portugal finished 3rd in that tournament, and to this day it remains their best World Cup result ever. 1970, Gerd Müller, West Germany, 10 goals. This man scored 10 goals in this tournament and proved himself to the world by recording 2 separate hat tricks. That performance alone was more than enough to make him a legend. Even so, his team could not win the trophy. 1974, Grzegorz Lotto, Poland, 7 goals. Poland was not considered a favorite, but the world kept overlooking this man. Poland finished the tournament in 3rd place. To this day, he remains the only Polish player ever to win the Golden Boot. 1978, Mario Kempes, Argentina's star, 6 goals. This man scored 2 of his goals in the final itself and delivered a performance that would be talked about for many years. 1982, Paolo Rossi, Italy's star, 6 goals. This man did what nobody expected in the biggest moments. The famous hat trick against Brazil, a match widely considered one of the greatest in football history, belonged to him. Rossi unquestionably carried Italy to the World Cup title almost single-handedly. 1986, Gary Lineker, England's star, 6 goals. He holds the title of being the only English player ever to win the World Cup Golden Boot. He managed to lead his team deep into the tournament, but England was eliminated after Maradona's 2 iconic goals. 1990, Salvatore Schillaci, Italy's star, 6 goals. Before the tournament began, almost nobody knew who this man was. He is one of the greatest surprise stories in World Cup history. Unknown before the competition, he became a giant on football's biggest stage. 1994, there were two Golden Boot winners. Both scored 6 goals. The first was Hristo Stoichkov, the man who shockingly carried Bulgaria to the semi-finals. The second was Oleg Salenko, who scored 5 goals in a single match against Cameroon. That remains a World Cup record to this day. 1998, Davor Suker, Croatia's star, 6 goals. This man made history by scoring 6 goals in Croatia's very first World Cup after gaining independence. It was an incredible breakthrough for the nation. 2002, Ronaldo, the Brazilian legend, 8 goals. His mysterious collapse in the 1998 final and the serious knee surgeries that followed had nearly ended his career. Many people believed he would never return to the top level. But the legend shocked everyone by coming back 4 years later and scoring 8 goals during this incredible comeback. 2 of those goals came in the final itself. This story is still told as one of the greatest individual comeback stories in sports history. He was unquestionably a true legend. 2006, Miroslav Klose, Germany's star, 5 goals. This man scored 5 goals and helped his team finish in 3rd place. He later played in 2 more World Cups and finished his career with a total of 16 World Cup goals, becoming the highest-scoring player in World Cup history. This achievement made headlines around the world. 2010, Thomas Müller, Germany's star, 5 goals. At the time, Müller was not very well known outside Germany. He stepped onto the world stage, scored 5 goals, and won the Golden Boot by beating 3 other players who had the same goal total through the tiebreaker of assists. This performance announced that he would become Germany's next great star for the decade ahead. And that's exactly what happened. 2014, James Rodríguez, Colombia's star, 6 goals. Rodríguez scored 6 goals in his very first World Cup. Among them was the iconic goal that launched his career to another level. I'm talking about the goal against Uruguay, where he controlled the ball with his chest and volleyed it into the net, a strike still considered one of the greatest goals in World Cup history. Colombia reached the quarterfinals, achieving their best result in more than 20 years. 2018, Harry Kane, England's unlucky star, 6 goals. Kane scored 6 goals, 3 of them from the penalty spot. England reached the semi-finals for the first time since 1990, but the ultimate success never came. 2022, Kylian Mbappé, France, 8 goals. Mbappé scored 8 goals and became only the 2nd player in history to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Despite that achievement, France lost to Argentina in a penalty shootout. Mbappé won the individual award, but not the trophy. It was one of the most unforgettable finals ever played.
Now you know every Golden Boot winner in World Cup history. Who do you think will be the top scorer of the 2026 World Cup? Write your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that tells the story of football history this quickly. Thanks for watching.